Okay, I've got an empty arrangement here, and I'm going to sounds, and I want to create a new sound module. So this is for our Kontakt Bank. So obviously we got to go to Kontakt, load that in first. Alright, so I'm going to go to Kontakt 7, drag that in. And we're going to do a create new fixed channels. And we'll open up the Kontakt plugin. And we'll load in the previously selected bank. And I call that demo bank. Here it is, demo bank. So I'll open that up. You can see your memory up here. Monitor that. And we've got 10 instruments, and it's using about 330 megabytes, so that's not too much. It's not bad at all. And then we'll check our script, and it looks like that's not loaded, so we'll load that again. The Keyswitch to program change, and then we just click on the KSP button. That closes the script. Okay, so there's our bank, and I'm going to drag this off to my second monitor so you won't be able to see it. Alright, so now let's go to our device description here. Click on Kontakt 7. Here's where we're going to give this bank a name. So I'm just going to call it Demo Bank. And I'm not going to change any of these defaults. And click on this variant, and I'm going to assign a category. So we've got a lot of miscellaneous stuff here, and there's no real catch-all category, so I'm just going to hit synth. And then I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to change the name, the sound name, to Demo Bank. Now let's say you created a bank and it had oboe and English horn patches. So you could just name it oboe and English horn. If they were from a particular library, you could add that. So let's say it was Berlin or Spitfire. Let's say Spitfire, you could put Spitfire, oboe, and English horn. Okay, so that would give you, that would be the name of the bank that's going to have a number of instruments in it. And those are determined by what you load into the bank, right? Okay, so if we had oboe and English horn from Spitfire, we would load those patches in, and that would be our device rack. That would go into our arrangement rack. Okay, so in any event, I've named it Demo Bank Synth. And now comes maybe the most interesting part. I'm going to click on Articulations. And here's where the magic happens, I guess you could say, if I'm not exaggerating. Maybe I am exaggerating. Let me make this smaller so you can see it. Okay. All right. I want you to be able to see the contact. Let's see, can I pin it? No, I can't really pin it. Oh well. Maybe I can keep it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start a new articulation, which is going to be the name. Each articulation is just the name of the instrument. So you see in slot 1 the concert guitar. So that's the name of the articulation. Okay. And they're going to start on C -0, no, -2. Check that. C -2. Now where do I get this number? I get this number in the script. And you see here C -2, which is going to select program change 0. And I think, if I remember right, program change 0 will select the first instrument in the Kontakt Bank. Okay, so you just you'll see how that works. Okay, so here's our articulation as a concert guitar. The Keyswitch is C -2, and yeah, that's important. Wait a minute. C, yeah. Okay, it's Keyswitch. Yeah, I was selecting this program change. Don't do that. All you're going to concern yourself with is the Keyswitch. Now, what's great about this Synfire's articulation creator, if you will, is that it's just going to automatically increment to like C# -2 and so on and so forth. So you're not going to have to put these values in after the first one. All right, so our next instrument, slot 2, is steel guitar. So we just hit plus steel guitar. And then we just keep hitting the plus. The next one is flamenco guitar. Plus, I know you can't see these, but on my second monitor I'm just looking at the names in the slots. So our next one is 12 string. Then our next one is pedal steel. And then we go to the oboe, legato. Next one is oboe sustains. Then we've got oboe staccato. And then clarinet sustains. And the last one, number 10, is a duduk. Duduk, is that how you say it? Yeah. D-U-K. Okay. All right, so that's it. I'm going to copy this. I'm a little confused about, you know, the articulations and the description, that. I'm not quite sure about that, but this will work, hopefully. All right, so I'm going to click OK. And then I think my last step is just copy sound to user bank. Okay. And there's our demo bank. Now the articulations should appear under here. Yeah, they do. And I think we've got to, you got to click on this user additions. I forgot one step. I think you go plug in preset. Okay, I had a little glitch with the script. So, not sure exactly where I made the mistake, but let me help you out. So, open the script, and most of this stuff you can completely ignore. The only thing you want to do is start with this button here. Click on this button, key switches. Go up to the top, C-2. Okay, and this is going to be, and then go to this program button, click program and hit 0. Now you could hit 1, you can change the numbers here, but just go with 0, okay? And the script is going to be fine. That's all you need to do. And here I want to show you something. If you go to the next one, C#, notice how program change increments to 1, and then if you go to D, it goes to 2, so it automatically increments. So all you have to do is put in the first one for C-2, hit program to 0, and you're good to go. And make sure on this key switch KS action, you want to just hit redirect. So what you're doing is a key switch of C-2 is just being translated or redirected, as the script is terming it, to program change 0, and then the next key switch, it will be program change 1, okay? And then these numbers here are the program changes, okay? So next to the first instrument is 001, so these are the program change messages that the Kontakt Bank will respond to, all right? So, yeah. So if you look here, let's see, the first instrument was concert guitar, C-2, and that's what you want. Okay, so what's going to happen is Synfire is going to send a message of C-2 when you select this concert guitar, and that message will be sent to the script, and the script is going to translate that to program change 0. So these things here, program change numbers, controller, you can ignore all that. The only thing that's being sent by Synfire is a note number, which is our Keyswitch, okay? And the script is taking that Keyswitch, that note number, C-2, and translating it into a program change number, okay? All right, so now if we go to our structure, I've got a phrase here. Click on figure, I can go to articulation, and I don't see them. All right. Okay, there's a very good reason why I didn't see anything is because the track is allocated to the Yamaha grand piano instrument. So forgot a very important thing. We want to go to our demo bank instrument, right? And that's what we're going to use. Okay, now, so now when we click on figure, we select the figure. There's our concert guitar. Here's our articulation, and I'll hit the oboe legato, and there you go. Okay, so I can select another, I can create another segment, and for that one I'll do duduk. Click, make another. Well, that sounds kind of nice. So you can just have one note even, and I'll make that a clarinet sustain. All right. And that's it. So there you go. We created a Kontakt Bank. Let me go back to sound. So what did we do? We went, let's go to our arrangement bank. We created pulled in a Kontakt VST, and then we hit new, right? So you go here. Oh yeah, you click on this down arrow and we select create new fixed channels, right? And then we went to the device description. Whoops, we went to properties and we just gave it a name, demo bank. So that was real simple. Then we went to variance channels and we named it demo bank over here. So this slot we gave a name of demo bank again, and then we just selected the synth category. Okay. You can always keep going back to your plugin and checking it. Keep going back to Kontakt and you see the bank. Don't forget, make sure you got this loaded with the preset user Keyswitch. Make sure that script is loaded. Alright. And then we went in here, we created articulations, and really that just boiled down to, like, you know, giving them the names of the instruments. That's really all it was. And don't forget, start on C-2. Alright. And then you want to just do copy to SoundBank. And then it'll show up in here, the demo bank. And again, we can select, make sure the instruments are there. Okay, that's good. And I think you want to, I'm not sure you need to do this, but I think you want to go method of selection is plugin preset. Not sure you need to do that, but it works. So whatever. And then you're ready to go. Then in your, let me delete these. You know, make sure to select the instrument. You know, you load a new instrument. And in fact, let me remove this because I made this mistake. Okay, so you're going to hit right click, new instrument, right? And then you're going to hit your the name of your Kontakt bank. In this case, it's Demo Bank. So you load that up, and then all the instruments in the Kontakt Bank are going to be available to you. Under Articulations. Oops. Yeah, don't forget, go to Figure. Go to Figure. That's where you're going to find all your instruments, okay? And that's it. So, you know, go to the forum and under the resources, download the script. And, you know, if you run into a glitch, you know, post some comment in there, and I'll try to, you know, periodically check it and see if I can figure out the problem. But, you know, these things can be a bit of a head scratcher. I'll grant you that. But I think there's a terrific capability. You know, being able to have it one instrument, really one instrument track, so to speak, and being able to have like any Kontakt instrument on that track, you know, and all you have to do is go to Articulation, select it. You know, really is a nice capability and opens up a lot of creative possibilities. And I think it just makes things a whole lot simpler than the kind of standard key switching articulation thing. It sure is easier to make an articulation. Now, having said that, there's lots of NKI files, lots of Kontakt instruments that are, they call them, some companies call them Kontakt multis, and what they essentially are is one NKI file with, you know, the different articulations all rolled into one. And you're not going to be able to use that in the bank because the different instrument, like the legato and the staccato, all these different recordings of these articulations are rolled into one NKI. So the only way you can access them is to use the Keyswitch, or maybe sometimes you can use CC numbers. So some libraries, a lot of libraries are like that. But then other libraries, like Berlin, likes to give you a choice. So they'll give you the multi. So they'll give you, for instance, a clarinet. They'll call it a clarinet multi, and that has, like, you know, 10 different articulations all rolled into one. But they'll also give you, in another folder, they'll give you like the individual articulations. And so when you're creating a Kontakt Bank, you can take those individual articulations and load them into the different slots, and then have them at your beck and call here. And that's essentially what we've done, you know, with the oboe. That was a Berlin library, so I had the legato sustain, oboe sustain, same thing with clarinet. So that's how it goes, you know. So you can look for libraries where these things are broken out. And, you know, the last thing I'll say is that the whole process of creating, you know, these good modules, you know, with a bunch of different instruments that are really going to be at your beck and call. I mean, that, you know, it's a big job. I mean, it takes time, you know, to figure out like what you want to have in there, and you know, these are basically templates, right? And so it takes time to make a good template, and you know, sometimes it's not worth it. I'll be the first to tell you that. So, you know, these things can be rabbit holes, for sure. But, you know, it seems to me that, you know, some days spent doing this is going to pay off down the road, you know. It's going to pay big dividends down the road, and going to save you, you know, kind of let you just forget about the whole kind of stickly process of selecting instruments, you know, VSTs and all that type of thing. So, you know, hopefully this is a real solution for some of you at least. All right. So good luck with it. Take care.